It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Jaguars' 41-yard line.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. That one a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, you can see that they're...
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
We got 4. We got 4. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Jackson now. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
51 to Mike, boy, 51.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Ready. Mike 57. Hey. Showing it. 22 jet bomber.
Snap. On first down, Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 5. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Ready. On 3rd down, Jefferson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Switch. General West.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Ready to break. 57. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On second down, Jefferson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Jaguars 7, Panthers 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check!
Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check pass, check pass. Right here, right here.
From the gun, Jackson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now this throw caught left side, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Mike 51. Let's go, D.
Again, Jackson. And a completion to Wilson. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Let's go, let's go.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
51's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Go. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, pick it up, defense.
From the 25 on second down, Jackson drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. That's right. Here we go.
Jackson will throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Mike 51. That's what. Mike, I got you, son. I got you, son.
And Jackson throwing once more. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
To throw again is Jackson. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bullock will put this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Now that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Here's 2nd and 8. This is intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Check 4, check 4. Check. Lucky.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
51. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike 51.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. Bullock's kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
132 fighter. Check, 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 check. Shoot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 31-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give right side. Jefferson. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
He's based on travel. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw is Jackson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
2nd and 6. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Now it's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
51 the mic, boys, 51. Not scared. Mike 51. 51.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
On second and 11 now. Jackson out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
51's the mic. No, you don't want none of that. Give it. Pick up the ball. Hey, Mike, 51.
On third down, Jackson.
Just like that.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. He's turning in a heck of a game. He's creeping up towards 200 yards, a pair of touchdowns now to go along with it.
There's so many things we can talk about in his game because we're seeing it all from him, but I love his vision. He's seeing the holes develop. He's seeing holes develop before they actually open. He's making sure he's getting to the right places, very decisive in his cuts, but his vision has been the key to all these big runs in this game.
And on that last long run, we got a pretty good look at his speed as well. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. To throw on third down, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. It fights him off. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Get the ball.
On 1st down, Jefferson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
On the ready.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Pilot, 64, weak. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go, set. 18 Gator. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Now a give, right side. Jefferson, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember.
Into a double team and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You and Joe like your belly show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You and Joe like your belly show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never mistaken, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment claiming his innocence.